Hello there, you're watching TVS News at 5 with me, Douglas Elliot. It's Saturday, January 22nd, and let's begin with our top story. The once quiet town of GEDONG will soon see a further transformation with plans to be implemented for it to be developed into a strategic development hub. Chief Minister Dato' Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said that with the road networks that are being enhanced, namely the Sarawak Coastal Road Network and the Pan-Borneo Highway, GEDONG will become Sarawak's newest satellite town.
Abang Johari said that with the upgraded roads networks, GEDONG will be connected to other nearby areas such as Marahan, Asajaya, Subuyao, Lingga and Kuching. Thus, it is touted to open up more economic activities in the surrounding areas. Similarly, the GEDONG assemblyman also said that the state government wants basic facilities issues such as electricity supply, drainage systems, water supply and telecommunications to be developed immediately. Abang Johari said these would enable full attention to be given to the district's economic growth.
Following earlier reports on a landslide incident that affected 3 houses in Bawut district this week, Tasik Bureau Assemblyman Dato' Henry Jineb today paid a visit to the affected homes in Kampung Snibung, Singai to see for himself the extent of the damages.
During the visit, the Assistant Transport Minister also handed out 1,000 ringgit each in compassionate aid from the National Disaster Management Agency (NADMA) to the affected households.
Kerosakan rumah disebabkan oleh bencana hujan lebat monsun baru-baru ini, dan hari ini kita hadir untuk mengagihkan bantuan wang ihsan kepada keluarga yang terlibat di Kampung Snibung, Singai.
In the January 13 incident, part of the land behind the 2 families' homes collapsed and caused severe damages to the kitchen area of one of the homes, and cracks appeared on the walls and floors of the other house.
Rumah ini memang tak boleh didiami dan bahaya untuk kedudukan, untuk didudukilah ya. Dan kita boleh nampakkan kerosakan yang ketara, dan kita memohon pihak SDMC untuk membuat tindakan susulan untuk sama ada membina rumah baru dan seumpamanya untuk membantu keluarga tersebut. Kita percaya dan yakin kerajaan boleh bantu dalam masa yang terdekat ini, dan kita berharap supaya tidak ada lagi hujan yang lebat dan keadaan tanah itu stabil supaya tidak banyak lagi kerosakan di rumah jiran ya.
On Monday, TVS team visited the affected homes together with the Bawut Civil Defence Force (APM).
After a long while, Party Rakyat Sarawak PRS will finally hold its long-awaited Triennial Delegates Conference or TDC. According to its acting president, Dato' Joseph Salang Gandom, after the party's Supreme Council meeting held this morning, the long-awaited meeting will be held on May 7th in Cebu.
Among the pertinent matters to be decided during the TDC will be on the party's new president. Currently, the slot is vacant after the demise of its president, the late Tan Sri Dr. James Jemut Masing, in October last year. Joseph added that the conference, which was last held in Bintulu in 2016, had been postponed twice due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He said all party divisions had been instructed to hold their respective general meetings and select their delegates to attend the conference. The party divisions can also nominate names for the PRS president position and other office-bearer posts in the Supreme Council.
Right, and the Sarawak government has announced an allocation of 5.3 million ringgit for the purpose of expanding the new lot of the Bajijaya SARIKEI Resettlement Scheme or SPS. According to Assistant Minister for Natural Resources and Urban Development, Dato' Lantalif Saleh, it is an additional allocation to a previous development project which included basic infrastructures such as roads as well as water and electricity supplies.
He added, the project, which is expected to be completed within 18 months, will be implemented by BYK Construction Company as the appointed contractor.
Projek ini akan siap di dalam masa 18 bulan dan ia merupakan satu lagi penambahan dari apa yang telah kita buatkan sebelum ini. Komponen apa yang kita buat ialah dari segi jalan raya yang berturap, parit yang berkonkrit dan juga bakalan air dan bakalan tenaga elektrik dan juga telekomunikasi. Itulah satu-satunya pendekatan yang terbaru yang diambilkan oleh Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak untuk keselesaan penduduk-penduduk di kawasan ini.
In that regard, Len Talif, who is also Kuala Rajang Assemblyman, said the recipients of the Village Expansion Scheme (SPK) should fully utilize the facility by building houses on the land allocated to them.
Kalau kita lihat ke belakang kita ini, sebenarnya kawasan ini sudah siap. Semua infrastruktur sudah ada. Peparitan terserahlah kepada individu-individu yang telah diagihkan lot. Jadi tidak ada sebabnya mereka tidak membangunkan rumah di tempat ini. Walaupun ada sebahagian dari yang penerima lot ialah dari B40, yang kita faham. Oleh itu kita sudah berusaha berunding dengan Housing Commission untuk bagaimana mereka dapat membiayai pembangunan rumah di sini. Tapi mana-mana mereka yang sudah mampu atau boleh mendirikan rumah, bolehlah bila-bila masa saja.
The development of SPK and SPS SARIKEI, together with the government's efforts to create agro-agricultural areas, will further increase its potential in the economic sector.
This week, TVS brings you a movie about love, friendship, and triumph.
Say about a bestseller book, my senior year.
After his parents were separated, Brian has been homeschooled and lonely.
What's Brian gonna think?
You're never home!
This isn't Mean Girls. Instead of the new kid being popular here at this school, we couldn't give a shit about you.
Until one day, he desperately asked his father to send him to school for his senior year.
Hey, nice wheels.
Thanks.
There, he fell in love and met new people and had to go through a lot of challenges. Will Brian be able to complete his final year in school? Don't forget to find out on My Senior Year, Saturday, 22nd December, 9 p.m. only on TVS channel 122, Astro and My TV.
Be all that there is.
Amalan menderma darah mampu memupuk nilai murni dan tanggungjawab dalam diri sendiri serta masyarakat. Dengan menderma darah, ia memberikan sinar kepada mereka yang memerlukan. Berikan sokongan anda. Jadilah penderma darah.
跟随4位不同舞蹈背景的舞者，体验沙劳越当地传统文化、美食和舞蹈。在这一集中，我们将去到巴达湾的 Kampung Anak Rais， 体验比达友的传统文化。舞者们能在一天结束前学会这比达友传统舞蹈吗？让我们敬请期待。
Welcome back. Now, about 300 protesters gathered in the heart of Kuala Lumpur on Saturday morning to call for Malaysia Anti-Corruption Commission (MACC) Chief Commissioner Tan Sri Azam Baki to step down. According to news report, the protests erupted after a stock trading scandal involving the MACC Chief Commissioner came to light.
Throngs of people gathered at Bangsa LRT station early on Saturday morning as MRT and LRT services were suspended since 7 a.m. Police were stationed around Kuala Lumpur city centre to stop the protesters from entering the city centre. Roadblocks have also been put in place to prevent people from entering Dataran Merdeka, Jalan Syahid Putra and Jalan Putra. Protesters then resorted to a 15-minute sit-down on Jalan Bangsar after being told by police not to proceed further. The police ordered the protesters to clear Jalan Bangsar by noon around 12:15 p.m. However, the crowd only dispersed around 1 p.m.
The recent spike in education clusters has raised concerns among parents. However, any decision regarding the school session will be made after a report on the increase was obtained by the Pro Tem Committee. This matter was confirmed by Prime Minister Dr. Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob today.
Ismail Sabri said the Ministry of Education (MOE) had been asked to submit a report on the sharp increase in education cluster to the Pro Tem Committee, chaired by Senior Defence Minister Dr. Sri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein. He said if schools were ordered to close again, some parents will be worried about the future of their children, as online learning is not fully assessed by everyone. For the record, about 70% or 62 out of 89 new clusters reported by the Ministry of Health (MOH) for the period of January 15 to yesterday January 21st involve educational institutions. The highest number of education clusters was reported on January 19th, with 16 out of 20 new clusters detected involving educational institutions. On Friday, 11 out of the 12 clusters reported by the MOH were education clusters, namely 2 each in Kelantan, Selangor, Negeri Sembilan, Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur, and Pahang, while 1 was recorded in Johor. A total of 11 education clusters were also reported on January 18th, and another 11 were recorded on January 20th.
The authorities has advised Umrah operators to cooperate with the government of Saudi Arabia before making any decision in regards to increasing the price of Umrah packages. Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, MOTAC, Dato Sri Nancy Shukri said the increase in prices is unnecessary if discussions have been made and carried according to procedures that have been set.
Nancy, however, did not remove any possible price increase, as it all depends on the supply and demand of the market.
Saya tidak dapat menentukannya, because mungkin kalau kalau mereka dapat membuat satu perancangan yang tidak semestinya menaikkan package, menaikkan harga. Mungkin kalau mereka menjalankannya secara teratur dengan bekerjasama dengan pihak Saudi, mungkin ada cara.
At 5, be sure to tune in to Nightline at 11:30 p.m. with Handy Gui. I'm Doug Elliot. Thank you. Until then.